Bienvenidos to the Starot Talk, where we will be discussing the week of August the 2nd through to the 8th. There's not a lot happening this week. The bulk of it all is happening on Thursdays. So Thursday is going to feel like a major tone shift. That doesn't mean that we are going to have an entirely boring week. Actually, Luna is going to be up to quite a bit every single day. If you want to hear more deep dives about Luna's specific movements through the sky, I do have a mini-series called Luna Leídas, where I talk so much more about Luna and her influence for the day based off of the configurations that she is making. But as far as the planets go, on Thursday, Venus leaves Virgo. Venus has been in Virgo for a while now, which likely put a damper on our relationships, our finances, our relationship to beauty, pleasure, and aesthetics. Venus doesn't do great in Virgo. A lot of the Venusian themes of our life, like the ones I've just mentioned, really come under scrutiny. Think of holding a magnifying glass to all of these topics and really seeing where the flaws are, where things can become more efficient, or where certain things need to be updated, which is not always a comfortable experience. It requires a lot of focus and a lot of reckoning and accountability sometimes, and Venus wants to just be in this pleasure-filled sort of space as opposed to focusing so much on the facts and the details of it all. So it doesn't mean that Venus in Virgo is doomed. It just means that we begin to source pleasure and beauty in unorthodox ways than what Venus is typically used to. So Venus going into Libra now, which is one of her domiciles, is amazing. She can return to doing her usual Venus things in a way that is more pleasurable, is more fun and flirty, especially in a sign like Libra, which loves to connect with other people, socialize, flirt, and exchange beautiful ideas, and just really get a conversation, a connection, and a relationship going, especially lifting it off of the ground in this sort of banter, witty, and flirty, pokey kind of way. So expect that your relationships, your finances, again, all of these Venus topics will receive a boost and a more supportive energy flowing in. Since she is now in Libra, she will now, by whole sign aspect, be making a opposition to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, and a trine to Mars and Uranus in Gemini, and a trine to Pluto in Aquarius. So she is going to be joining that dance with the outer planets that has been happening since the beginning of summer. This will be one of the strongest planets in the sky now, besides the sun, and so we can really look to Venus right now for some extra support. Especially consider where Libra falls in your chart and pay attention to what is supporting you a little bit more in your day-to-day. Later on in the day, Sun in Leo makes a trine to Saturn in Aries. Sun in Leo is all about sharing our essence, our luminosity, unapologetically and bravely and beautifully. In a trine to Saturn in Aries, which is about different and new forms of authority, leadership, systems, structures, burning away old systems that no longer work in order to make room for something new. The dissolution of boundaries as we've known them, for stronger foundations to be birthed. This makes for an influence that allows for you to consider the role that you play in that process. Our identity might merge with a position of authority and the systems that are emerging at this time. This almost feels like a type of initiation for wherever it is that Leo and Aries falls in your chart. Imagine you are being coronated, if you will, into a completely new chapter for you to unapologetically share your unique light in this world and to step into a new form of leadership, a new form of identity that helps strengthen systems that are around you. To top it all off, as if it couldn't get any better, Mercury officially exits Shadow. Shadow is considered the degree in the sky or in a sign where a retrograding planet will essentially begin its backward motion only to return to it. So this really kind of closes the book of the retrograde that we have been in for most of the summertime. This really helps us to close that chapter, integrate any wisdoms that we might have picked up from lessons that arise, and really allows for us to trust our intuition so much more, because Cancer is a very dreamy, intuitive sign. We might have learned what it means for us to trust our intuitive voice, what it means for for us to decipher and decode our dreams, both in the literal sense, but also in the sense of the dreams that we have for the future. And our communications will definitely benefit from this. There will likely be less confusion, less misunderstandings, and more gentleness, sweetness, and nurturing energy between whoever it is that you are in conversation with your own self, through the thoughts that you receive. So that's the week. That is what's happening. Thursday is jam-packed, and of course Luna is doing a lot throughout the rest of the week. So I love this. I think it's really sweet, super special, and a good moment for us to just really breathe and soak it all in on the days of the week, especially where there aren't any major planet configurations happening. I think that this could be a week where we just sort of remain open to whatever it is that flows our way. Always, right? Always remain open to what flows your way. But especially this week, to not put so much pressure on yourself and to try to relax and enjoy this moment in the summertime, because it's almost over. We're in August already. It flew by so quickly, but it's been a really jam-packed moment in time, and I think that we have a lot more that we're stepping into, so I would really take advantage of any moments of stillness that come our way, especially in August. Because we don't really have a lot going on, I haven't done this in a little bit, I'm gonna pull a card for the week and see what it is that we could take with us into the week to further support us. So we just got the most Libra card that we could have possibly gotten for this reading. We've received Justice. You can see the symbolism of the scales here, and so this is an affirmation that with Venus going into Libra now, we can expect that there will be a rebalancing in our life. Whether you've had a really rough couple of weeks, expect that maybe the tides and the winds of change will be balancing things out, or if maybe you've had a really chaotic moment, a really chaotic summer, then things will maybe start to calm down a little bit for you. Whatever it is, I hope that you have been acting in accordance with your ethics, morals, and values, because justice is around the corner, not just with Venus going into Libra, but again with all of the other aspects that Venus will be making to the outer planets in the sky. Carry the sword of truth with you. If you are acting out of your character, out of your name and essence, then clock that. Don't be an enabler onto yourself. Take accountability if you have been moving funny, if you've been moving in a way that you know you have no business doing, because in that moment you're essentially blocking your own blessings and you're blocking your own opportunities in life. So I would be the justice onto yourself as opposed to waiting for life to come knocking at your door if you have been moving sideways. Again, if you have been acting within your ethics and your values and your morals and things have just not been going so good for you, take this as a sign that the winds of change are going to sweep through and things will feel lighter and not as heavy for you in this week. If you're ever curious about your own chart or seeing what the stars have in store for you, please feel free to check out my website, aurisolaris.net. I have astrological consultations and more, and I would love to talk stars and symbols with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next Starot talk. Cuídense.